Good morning. So this reading is going to be for Thursday, May 30th. And so what I'm going to do here is just pull some cards on past energy. Two more. Let's get current energy. Definitely making room for something in your life. There's something about that that's significant right now. Two more on where we're going. One more. Yeah. Looking here, bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords. That's what the Queen of Swords does. Queen of Swords is very emotionally detached from a situation. So this is about really kind of identifying those things that belong in your life, that don't belong in your life. Maybe having some sort of clarifying conversations with people to say, you can't treat me this way. This would be something that doesn't belong in your life. Or maybe just in general, there's things that are just like situations you don't need to entertain, like friendships or something else that maybe once were healthy, but now are toxic. Because it feels like you're making room for something in your life and you're cutting out things that just don't work for you anymore. That's that Queen of Swords energy showing up at the bottom of the deck. And so when I look at our past energy here, I am getting the Ten of Pentacles, the World, and the Wheel of Fortune. So there might have been a commitment here in the past. Could have been a marriage or some sort of long-term commitment. It came to an end. There was something that was actually fated about that. It was supposed to happen the way that it did. There was something really significant. And when I say that, what I'm actually picking up on, there is a Sphinx. Maybe it's a Pharaoh. I'm not really. It's like a combination of things in this card, but there's an image. It's definitely Egyptian, and there's a sword here. So what this feels like is the universe kind of stepped in and helped to end a situation because it couldn't keep going the way that it was. It wasn't healthy for you. It wasn't healthy for the other person. There was something here that needed to change. And so this is all showing up in the past energy. So this ending was supposed to happen. There's a lot of blessings connected to the actual ending of the situation. This feels like what you're letting go of, what just needs to be released from your life because you're making room for something else here. We have another commitment that is showing up with this Four of Wands energy. Two of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. This Four of Wands feels very different than the Ten of Pentacles. The one in the past felt like it was almost a drain on you physically, emotionally, mentally. Whereas the Four of Wands, it's like, okay, now it's like breathing life back into you. There's something about this that's like rejuvenating about this current situation, this current relationship, as opposed to the past one. But there's something here that you do need to let go of in order to make room and space for this person in your life. Again, showing up with the Queen of Swords energy. So it looks like you might be needing to let go of something here connected to a past relationship in order to have this current one thrive. When I look at the future energy here, so Knight of Pentacles is showing up with the Star and the Emperor. I really love this. So Knight of Pentacles, you're taking steps forward. You're going after exactly what you want to do. Emperor, you're not letting anybody stand in your way. This is a my way or the highway type of energy. And so when it comes to what you want and what you need in your life, nothing is going to be able to prevent you from going down that path. Nothing's going to be able to stop you. No matter what obstacles are presented, you're going to go right through them. This isn't about sitting back and letting things unfold naturally. You're taking a lot of control of the situation to move it forward. So let's get some additional details here. Tell me about the Ten of Pentacles, the World, and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. I can see some of what happened here in the past relationship. So Ten of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles here. Somebody was very focused on himself or herself. So it feels very one-sided, which why I'm picking up that emotionally draining, that physically draining. It felt like one person took on more of the weight of carrying the relationship, of making sure that everything was done, just kind of, there was no equal give and take here. When you look back holistically, there might have been periods of time where it was where, both people were chipping in, doing their part to kind of help things move forward, but definitely not towards the end. It felt very one-sided towards the end. And when you look back holistically at the entire situation, so if this is a marriage that led to some sort of divorce or ended through some sort of divorce here, it feels like when you look back, you, the majority of the time, were pulling the weight of the relationship. This other person was just focused on himself or herself. And there was just something that wasn't going to work for you anymore. This wasn't a balanced relationship by any means. With the World, I'm getting the Queen of Wands. And so it does feel like actions were taken by one person here to end the relationship. It wasn't something where, it may not have started out as something mutual. It may have been somebody here hit a breaking point, and it feels like you might have hit a breaking point here and said, you know what, enough is enough. If you're not going to contribute to the relationship, and if you're not going to invest in this relationship, then why are we going forward? What's the purpose of this? And so taking action to end the relationship here. With the Wheel of Fortune, I'm getting the Five of Wands. And so there were always going to be obstacles and challenges within that relationship. There was never going to be a time where those didn't take place. And that was a lot of why the relationship itself ended. It's because on a fundamental level, you weren't on the same page. You didn't want the same things. So there was always going to be obstacles and challenges within the connection. Tell me about the Four of Wands. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles. There's actually 3 cards. And the Five of Pentacles here. Yeah, okay. I'm getting a lot here in this current energy. So when I look at the Four of Wands, I'm getting the Three of Wands. And so it's about being patient, waiting for the right relationship, understanding that there was something missing in your last relationship, and so you don't want a repeat of that. So what you're really looking for is something different, something that is more that rejuvenating type of energy where you feel really good about the connection, feel really happy within the connection, that you have similar interests, you want the same things, you're on the same page. And so when I look at this Two of Pentacles energy where you're really trying to make room in your life for something, really trying to find that balance, this is what it is. So Five of Swords, so getting rid of some sort of conflict here. So if this ex of yours is still in the picture for whatever reason, you're really trying to balance that energy. Let's hold it back. And I say that because the Six of Cups is showing up. So there might be conflicts coming up with children, or at a minimum, there might be conflicts connected to just your happiness. Seven of Cups, there has been a lot of confusion that's been taking place. And so what you're doing is you're really trying to figure out, almost like fact from fiction is what I'm getting. And so it's about recognizing there's something connected to the past. Everybody has their own interpretation of it. But in order for you to move forward, you have to let go of some of the conflict connected to this past person, some of maybe the indecision. Did I do the right thing? Which, could I have done something differently? There's things like that you need to let go of. And when it comes to the Five of Pentacles, so this is the actual releasing that's taking place right now. Knight of Pentacles is showing up with the Moon. So Knight of Pentacles is out here twice, but it is about the lessons that you've learned. And so you learned a lot about this, a lot about yourself from this past relationship, a lot of how you feel and how you want to feel within a relationship. There was a lot of lessons that you need to learn. And so that is actually going to help you release whatever pain you have connected to the past energy, this past person, this past relationship. Tell me about this Knight of Pentacles here. Tell me about the Star. Tell me about the Emperor. I'll take it. There's lots of clarifying energy right now. Seven of Wands. That's an interesting energy showing up at the bottom of this deck. So Seven of Wands is about protecting yourself. That feels like what you're doing. And it's something that you're really going to hold on to. So as you're kind of going through and you're figuring out what your next steps need to be, you are protecting yourself. You're going to stand up for yourself. You're not going to let anybody tell you that you're thinking something wrong or that you're feeling something wrong, because it's how you're interpreting things. You're correct in your interpretation. You're correct in the lessons that you've learned from prior relationships. The only people that were in the relationship were you and the other person. Everybody else is just looking in from the outside, and they're seeing a small piece of what the actual relationship was. And so for you, Knight of Pentacles, Two of Swords. I really like this energy, even though you're sitting at a crossroads. The Knight of Pentacles is actually helping you to guide the way. So you've learned a lot of lessons here. You may not be crystal clear on exactly the path forward, but you've learned a lot. And what you know is that you don't want to go backwards. So this is about moving forward, but it's about figuring out that right path. So clarifying the star, we actually have the World with the Seven of Swords. And so there is some sort of truth that's been coming to the surface. There's something here, lies, manipulation, all of these things are coming to an end. That's quite literally what this means. And so if we flip it and we say it in a positive way, that means that you are seeing the truth of the situation, and that is helping you kind of figure out your next steps. And what this is also telling me here is that there's opportunities for you to heal with that star energy, go after exactly what you want. There is a little bit of confusion around which path you need to take, but you've incorporated those lessons from that past relationship. With the Emperor, it's being clarified with the Five of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. And so the change in perspective, everything that you're learning about a situation is helping to move you forward. There is something that you are being guided in whatever this journey is. And so the path itself doesn't need to be fully in front of you right now. You don't need to see the entire path. In fact, you probably won't be able to see the entire path. It is about taking these steps forward. And it's like, once you start taking the steps forward, you start to recognize, okay, I need to keep going in this direction, or I need to pivot to that direction. Either way, the universe is really guiding you through all of this with this Wheel of Fortune energy. This is Jupiter energy, positive, abundance, growth, expansion. Like, these are all the Jupiter things. And so this is really, really positive because it's being blessed by the universe here. So this is the reading for Thursday. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.